Do you have any advice for hosting a podcast, especially when you don't have much of a background of the person you're interviewing? So one, only bring on people who you are genuinely curious about. Who are you actually curious about hearing their story? Drew and I were on a call today, and the guy was talking about my interview with Matthew McConaughey that we had, I don't know, a couple months ago, I guess, at this point on the channel. And he asked, he was just complimenting me for helping get the story out. And I told him that was one of the ones I was the most nervous of, because I didn't know anything about Matthew McConaughey. You know, of all the people that I've profiled and interviewed, they usually have some kind of entrepreneurial background. That's why they're talking to me. But I mean, I knew zero about Matthew McConaughey's entrepreneurial background. Just, he was an actor, and I liked some of his movies, but you know, that makes for a pretty poor podcast, right? Or interview. So you like movies. I don't know what I'm going to say. You know, that's some poor content. So I had to watch. I watched his other interviews and then just came up with what I found curious. You know, and that's what I asked him. So you should bring on people who you are genuinely curious about, and then your first question. One of the big mistakes that people make is they ask their favorite question or most important question at the end. Where ask it first. This is what I'll tell people, like when they're interviewing me. I now made a video for people, and if you want, we can send it to you. If you go to Discord and message, or just where's the best place? Go to Discord and in the chat, like tag me in a message, and I'll make sure we get you the video. I send a video before every interview I do. My assistant sends the podcast host a video with how to have a great podcast with me, and I'm giving them the tips that I've learned from being on so many shows of how to just run a better podcast. So things like, don't introduce me, don't waste our time together introducing me. Ask the questions you care the most about first, because a number of times I get asked as the last question, or once the camera stops rolling, it's like, hey, Evan, thank you so much. Hey, listen, I got a question for me personally. How do I? It's like, you should have led with that. That should have been our entire conversation. Is that question? That's the best question you could have asked, right? So your genuine curiosity is the thing that people will connect with and will carry the day. So that's what you should lead with. Some food for thought.